Hey you guys, so I'm seriously staring at a duck right now. It's so sunny today, I'm so glad. But they are spraying chemtrails quite heavily. In fact, I'm going to show you guys. Alright, you see that little stripe in the sky? Yep, they're spraying, so I imagine by this afternoon the sky will be whitewashed. Pretty sad. Anyway, you see that duck over there? But anyway, so I want to talk about something that I find pretty interesting, is that people, the main people in society, I think a pretty main complaint for most people is that they have a lack of energy. And so therefore people eat stimulating foods and caffeine, coffee, all the stimulants to help get through the day and to help wake up their adrenals because they're just so down, you know? So that's a pretty main complaint, you know, people have no energy. There's also a whole host of other things, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Right now I'm just talking about a lack of energy. But to me, I find it quite comical. Maybe comical is the wrong word, but we'll say comical, that people complain of having no energy, yet every single thing they eat or drink is dead. So processed foods, dead animal carcasses, you know, dairy, all of these things that don't give you any life force. They don't give you any life energy like raw organic fruits and vegetables do. So to me, it kind of boggles my mind that people don't put two and two together, you know? You are what you eat. For sure. And so when you're eating all these dead, denatured, devitalized foods, it makes sense that you're just gonna be dead, denatured, and devitalized yourself, you know? And it's something that takes time to do, you know? It takes time to kill yourself slowly with foods. And I know that might sound intense, but it just is what it is. So I just wanted to bring that up, you know? How can you eat everything dead but then expect to be vital and energetic? It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so yesterday I was reading this Vision for Life book, and it is so interesting. Mir talks about the different exercises that you can do, and one that I just want to really point out is called palming. So what you do is whenever you're super relaxed, and it's very, very important to be relaxed when you do this and to just, you know, sit down, and it's like giving your eyes a break. So what you do is you gently put the palms over your eyes, and you don't press on your eyes because that is not good for you. You just cover your eyes. And if you can do that for like 10 minutes a day, it just gives your eyes a rest, and it's really, really good. So that's called palming. And there's many other exercises in here, but they're the kind that you have to like read and do and then read more to see how to do it. You know, it's not something easy like palming, but you know, it takes effort. You have to sit down and really read and focus on doing these, and I'm going to do that. Maybe I'm going to set like 20 minutes out of the day to do these eye exercises, because to me, whatever's a priority in your life, you're going to make time for. And to me, my vision is definitely a priority in my life, you know? But anyway, another thing that he talks about is so many interesting things. Okay, so one is, in this day and age, people are looking at computer screens all day. We're reading stuff all day. We're using our near vision, you know? We're looking at things close up. And he said that it's so, so important, especially if you look at a computer all day, to take time to look at things far away, to let your eyes adjust, you know? So just look at things far away. And I've started doing this when I drive more, instead of just focusing on the car in front of you. I mean, obviously you have to do that to drive, right? But just start looking at things far away, because it's a good time to let your vision get used to seeing things far away instead of always so close up all the time. Another thing is that people tend to look at the big picture of everything. You know, if you have a book in front of you or a check or anything, you tend to just see the outline and kind of gloss over little details. But he talked about how important it is to really focus on the details of everything, and it's just somehow good for your eyes. I mean, I could look it up and see the details of why it's good for your eyes, but it's good for your eyes to look at the details of stuff instead of like getting lazy with it and only looking at stuff for their outline, you know? So let's just say, for example, I have this bottle of water right here. Well, instead of just, you know, looking at it, read it, you know, read the small fine print, look at the little picture, just look at the details. Another thing he talks about is how important the sun is and how good it is for your eyes to be in that really big sunlight. So obviously we're not going to want to wear sunglasses, right? So being outside, and he calls it sunning, and I think he said it's really important to slowly like go out into the sun. I think close your eyes and you turn your head this way and this way, and you just relax, and he calls it sunning. He also talks about being in darkness. Like, I think he calls it night walks, like where you go into darkness, and supposedly that's really good for your eyes too. So this book is really loaded with a lot of very interesting things that are easy to do on the daily, and it's all good for you. And it also has all different types of eye issues, like lazy eye, cross-eyedness, you know, correcting cataracts. Oh, here we go. Here's a note about laser treatments. Let me go back to that. Okay, first sentence. I would like to discourage you from having too many laser treatments. Many concerned physicians do preventative laser treatments in which they basically scar a big portion of the retina to prevent rubeosis or bleeding in the retina. But if you improve your blood flow, there will be no rubeosis. Too many laser treatments can weaken the retina and blind too many parts of it. Wow. So while I respect and accept the use of laser treatments to stop continuous bleeding once it occurs, I would like you to aggressively embrace exercises, movement, and dietary change, and to work on damaged areas in order to help the parts that are not damaged. Very, very, very interesting. The book is loaded, so I'm not done reading it yet, but I wanted to mention those few things that I got from it yesterday. So yeah. Today, I'm just getting real simple. I just have 3 raw coconut waters. No green powder today. Nothing complicated like that. Frankly, I was just in a hurry this morning. So, I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. Check out that book, Vision for Life by Mir Schneider. And I will see you guys later. Bye!